Hello and welcome to the Congo Hour. I want to thank you so much for watching. My name is Trippy. Wayna has the evening off, but my dad will be here shortly, so that means we're going to have an exciting and informative Sammy's Corner. Looking forward to that. But before that, we do have two interviews. The second interview is going to be two phenomenal young ladies, two local legends, Hanifa and her sister Nzinga. They're going to come and talk about the African festival that's coming up on August the 1st. They're just asking for everyone's support, and I'm so glad that they're bringing it back. It's been a long time since it's been around, but we definitely need it. So they're going to come and give us some information about that. But first, we have Miss Gilliam. She's going to come and just talk about everything that she has going on. She has so much going on. I can't even begin to try to explain or to talk about what you do. I think I would be doing you an injustice. So I'm going to let you just talk about everything that you do and everything that you offer. Oh my goodness, it's so much. And then after Sammy's Corner, we have our funeral announcements. We have some community news. We're going to give away some tickets to the Duffy's Hope annual celebrity basketball game that's coming up on August the 1st. We're going to actually try to do that throughout the entire hour. So please stay tuned so you can win some tickets either for yourself or for a loved one. Like I said, first we have Miss Gilliam here, and welcome to the show. And just, oh my goodness, what aren't you doing?
First of all, Trippy, I just want to say thank you
All right.
for allowing me to be on the Congo Hour. I'm on some of the morning shows. I've been on, From the Heart, and of course, Ruth Baker from her show, Mind Matters. But I call this sort of the mainstream time to sort of come on during prime time hours, rather, to come on during prime time hours when most people are home from their services and their dinners and so forth. It's an honor, it's an opportunity for me to kind of clear the air up and kind of let people know what Dr. Naila Bakari Gilliam is all about these days. And as you did not know, I am not pastoring as I had for 10 years, but for the past 5 years, I have had a holistic ministry, more of a holistic metaphysical ministry, and you said you didn't know what that was all about.
Yeah, I want to explain that.
Yeah, well, from a standpoint of, and a lot of scholars realize that, and I don't really want to get too into it, but a lot of scholars realize that there is a lot more knowledge and about spirituality and just who we are as beings and human beings and souls and so forth than the mainstream masses normally are privy to.
Okay.
About almost 5 years ago, I had received sort of I call it an awakening that started to bring in a higher level of knowledge and information with regard to spirituality. And as a result of that, the ministry that I had ended. But for about 5 years, I've kept the ministry going, and it is called Reawakening Minds, which is in effect my assignment.
Okay.
There is an awakening that is happening universally. There are people not just in Delaware and not just in the United States, but all over the world. Something happened probably around 2012 when people thought it was going to be, the end of the world. It really wasn't the end of the world. Maybe just there was a shift that took place.
Okay.
And those who were at a level to be able to tune in, so to speak, to the frequency. And if I can use this as an example, the radio waves are always, flowing.
Right.
But it's not until you turn your radio on that you're able to hear what is coming through.
Right.
So this information and these messages and this knowledge of who we are and what we can be, as opposed to perhaps what we've been dealing with on a more limited level, is now being tuned in, so to speak, by a lot of people. Then you have a lot of people that are kind of saying, I know that there's more, but I don't know where to go to deal with the feelings of what I'm feeling, which is basically the awakening. There's something that is happening like I said, universally with people, and they're seeking higher understanding about who they are as a spiritual being. And what I do now at the House of Reawakening Minds is we give people an opportunity, I call it, to explore their spirituality in a non-threatening, non-judgmental environment. I have the advantage, so to speak, having a doctorate in theology. I have the advantage to be able to marry my theological background with my higher understanding of things that most people don't want to go, delve into. But I can tell you this, that if you open yourself up, and it's not demonic or anything as people might think, because a lot of people seek me out in secret, but if you open yourself up to this higher level of truth, it's like you're giving permission to go higher. And so if you want it, like anything else, if they seek ye first, or if you knock and the door, shall be open. Right. So it's like that. If you want it, you can get it. But most people are pretty satisfied being, at a level of, I would say, limited responsibility, because once you awaken to who you are at a higher level, along with it comes, now, what is my real purpose? Why did I come here? So most of us are so busy, seeking after fame and fortune, and we want this and that, and those become the distractions, so to speak. Those are the side pursuits that we can actually do. But somewhere along the line, as a soul, we came here just like Jesus, Yeshua came to make a difference. And so what I do is I teach that. Not only that, I am a Reiki practitioner.
Okay, now explain to us what that is.
Okay, so a Reiki, which is spelled R-E-I-K-I, okay, is energy healing. It's not unlike what is done in the church when with the laying on of hands, except it is actually being taught and then attuned to receive that energy at a higher level, to understand, you're not just laying hands on people, but now you're learning how to guide that energy from above. It's not coming from you, but you become a conduit for it. Okay. The energy, which is very ancient and people can look it up, but the energy will go into the client, if you will, and will do whatever it needs to be done. So be it a spiritual healing, an emotional healing, a physical healing. I have seen people who have come into our House of Reawakening Minds with ailments that have been long-standing. There may be, anywhere from, like I said, physical or some phobias or whatever. As young as 12 years of age, we've had who've actually, in a 30-minute session, we actually do we do a 2-hour session every Thursday. And in that session, we do guided meditation. A lot more people are getting into meditation. So we have, like I said, we have practitioners there who are certified. We also have Reiki Master, who is at the master's level. We have one who's now in France right now. She'll be back in August. And then we have another, that's Sister Zing Nafsinger. And then we have Sister Olivia Solil, who is now with us. And she also is a Reiki Master. She's a hypnotherapist. And I'm going to put this out here. She's a past life regressionist. So that's probably going to open up a lot of people. But a lot of people kind of feel like they've been here before. This sister, as a matter of fact, I also have a radio show, a national radio show, which comes on every Monday nights from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, and I have guests from all walks of life, but it's always in something. It's called Reawakening Minds, so I'm not doing the mundane, we're really dealing with things on a higher level. And Olivia Solil, the person that I'm talking about, who's the past life regressionist, is actually going to be my guest on tomorrow's show. So it's a call-in show where people can just call in from their phone, their cell phone, and they can also ask questions or whatever. So, but Reiki is just knowing how to take that energy, or allow yourself to be a conduit for the energy, realizing that the healing, the knowledge of what needs to be done in a person comes from above. You're just allowing yourself to become the vessel, the conduit. And there are 3 levels, like I said, 1, 2. At 2, you're a practitioner. At level 3, then you become a master. But, at level 2, you're still able to do, the only difference between level 2 and level 3 is a master is able to teach others and attune others.
So talk to me about meditation. You said
Yes. Well, we do guided meditation a lot of times, and I call it urban meditation because for those of you, that don't know, my facility is located at 602 Vandiver Avenue, and when you think meditation, you think quiet and solitude. And while we do put the music on and for the guided meditation, and we kind of walk you through, the process. And by the way, I just want to say this: I have pastors that come, some pastors and ministers that have been coming for this. But what we do, I call it urban meditation because on Vandiver Avenue, if you can meditate on Vandiver Avenue, you can meditate anywhere, because undoubtedly you're going to hear somebody with their I don't know what you call those boombox speakers, or you're going to hear somebody hollering yo this or that. But we learn how to compartmentalize ourselves to be able to shut out those distractions and to be able like I said, ideally you would be in a place of solitude, and you'll be able to maybe hear music that would be able to make you relax, help you relax. But guided meditation means there's someone speaking. Okay. And that's what we do. We guide you through the process, because some people can't just sit there and calm themselves down. But if a person will tell you that you're you would take a deep breath. You're going to breathe in through your head as if it was a straw. And when you get the breath to your heart, you're going to hold it at your heart chakra. I have to tell you about that. Hold it at your heart chakra and give thanks to life for all its many blessings. And as you're exhaling out, as if you're exhaling down through your feet and becoming grounded with the earth, you're giving thanks to the earth for all of its abundance. And so you teach them how to get that rhythmic cycle going, the flow of what they're thinking about. They're giving thanks at coming in and going out. And then eventually you may take them on a journey. You may lead them on a path, and everybody sees something different you don't tell them what to see. You just tell them where they are initially. And once they're thoroughly relaxed, then the practitioners come around and we do light touch Reiki from the chair. Reiki can be done from a chair, or we have the massage tables if you get a full session. If you come and pay to have a session, we actually can do a 1 hour session, for people. But it's free. People, like I said, get healings, they get breakthroughs, they get visions of things. And most of my practitioners also are intuitive, which means when they're giving you the session, they're also hearing, getting the word of knowledge or so forth. So we share at the end. The person receiving it says, wow, this is what I felt. And the person giving will share what they got, unless it's something that they feel is private and they need to tell the person outside of the group. So, and when I mentioned the heart chakra, of course, we are energy, and we have many chakras, but 7 main chakras, from the crown chakra to the root chakra. And a lot of times people don't understand that they're energetically out of balance. You may think it's a physical problem that you're having, or a mental problem, but there is information. And I'm hoping that people will really look seriously into this. We can help you, from a energetic standpoint, to become aligned. Most of us are out of alignment, and so we run and we get pharmaceuticals, and we lay on shrink tables and things like that, when it's just an energetic imbalance. It's just like something went in and short-circuited our center. So you can actually see, a person who's trained can actually tell where the imbalance is in a person.
Okay. So if people want to know more and want to just talk to you, maybe one-on-one, how can they contact you?
Well, I don't think I put my phone number out there, but I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
So, which is my, Naila Gilliam, and if you friend me or even inbox me on Facebook, certainly I will respond. I always post, like I said, every Thursday from 6:30 to 8:30. We have the guided meditation and Reiki. It is, you come casual and you leave changed. Absolutely.
Are appointments necessary?
No, on Thursdays, no. But we do have practitioners that can give you specialized services, and that you can arrange once you're there. You can get their cards and so forth and get that done. But it's we are moving, as I said at the beginning, to a higher level of knowledge and information, and people really are tired of the mundane and the same old when they realize that there is something more. And I just happen to be one of those souls who was tapped in, and when the time came and it was right, I was taken to a higher level, and I'm very happy with where I am. You know, like I said, not only that, you know, I think I was telling you, I'm a poet. You know,
Yeah.
I authored a book of poetry. I do, you know, I'm getting new gifts. I do spoken word poetry. I perform and different things. But it's very good to find out who you are in the fullness. And most of us are just in the box. And I'm definitely, you could tell by this hair, I'm out the box, right?
That's right. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. You have a lot going on. You offer a lot. So I'm definitely thankful for
Absolutely.
you just coming on and sharing
And
who you are.
I appreciate it. And like I said, we do have people who are absolutely able to give you more explanation. And we are ready, willing, and able anytime, any Thursday from 6:30 to 8:30 at 602 Vandiver Avenue. It still says Praise to the King Ministries there, but it is the house of reawakening minds. And that's what we say. We are reawakening minds, one mind at a time. And the question is, are you awake yet?
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Gilling. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to take a very quick break, and we'll be right back with Hanifa, Shabazz, and Nzinga. Hello and welcome back. We hope that you enjoyed the first interview. Now we are back with Wilmington's dynamic duo, Nzinga and Hanifa, and they are coming on to talk about the return of the African Festival. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming on.
Well, thanks for having us on.
So tell me what's going on with the festival. How can people help out? What can they look forward to?
Oh, wow.
Why'd you bring it back?
Well, we brought it back because it needs to be back. You know, this is a festival that, you know, was in our community, and it turned out to be just the greatest, you know, well, one of the greatest. What was the award that the festival received?
Oh, we were inducted into the Tourism Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it was really a really big festival, and our community really loved it. You know, it was a time for the people to come together, people to learn about services that were available in the community, to learn about the culture. So it was just a very good thing for us coming together because, you know, they have all the other cultures have their festivals, so we needed to have ours back again. So we've been talking about it for a couple of years, and then I just said, look, we've got to bring it back. And so now it's back.
Okay.
And I think people are really, really excited about it. You know, they say, oh yeah, really, the festival, you know, that kind of thing. So this year is only going to be one day.
Okay.
It's only going to be one day, and so hopefully that, you know, we are definitely going to have the parade next year because that was a really big part. People will come out and, you know, show their strut their stuff and all that kind of stuff. So it is August the 1st. We have a lot of nice lineup that's coming out. We have a lot of local people that are going to come and share their services, share their entertainment, share their talents with us.
Okay.
And it's going to be a great event. It's going to be a
Where's
great
it
event.
gonna
It's going to be at Kirkwood Street Park.
Okay.
It starts at 12 noon, and it's going to go until dusk.
All right.
Like I said, we have a great lineup. We'll have vendors. We'll have educational things going on for the children and the elders. We have health things to be shared with them. What's the one? I like that one that the school was doing. If you want to go to school, yes, that's what it was. If you want to go to college, Springfield College will be there. And so if you want to be able to go to college and think, well, what do I need to go to college, or how can I?
Right.
Someone's actually going to be there. So we're going to have services like that will be able to help the community to do what they need to do for us, you know, educational health issues. We have someone doing health screenings for that, and it's going to be a great day.
Okay.
It's going to be a great day.
And you said health screenings. That it's going to be free of charge? Are they
It's going to be free of charge.
Okay.
Well, we're having a big pavilion, and in the pavilion, we're going to have different community services organizations that will be there offering their services, and we just mentioned a couple of them, and they will be free of charge.
Are you still looking for vendors?
Absolutely. We're still looking for food vendors, non-food vendors, and we're also still looking for organizations because these organizations, we're partnering, and we're going to be partnering. So what we're doing is allowing them to be able to come and, like we just asked, for example, up at the school coming, and if the school can, an organization can come and provide their services, then we're not charging them.
Okay.
So if you're just going to be coming to just pass out information, then, you know, that's the informational table. That's something a little different. But if there's a service that you're offering to the community, then like on the spot, then we're saying that there's no charge. You know, we just welcome you to come and just
Okay.
share these things. You know, whether it has to do with housing, whether it has to do with, you know, schooling, anything that's you know, helpful to our community.
Okay. Anifa?
Well, we're also going to have access to Wi-Fi. Some of the services that we talked about, you know, we have a lot of needs in our community, and this was a way of us actually providing the needs. You come out for, I think we kind of coined the phase of edutainment,
Yes, yes.
education and entertainment at the same time. So we want the people to come out and enjoy themselves in a family safe atmosphere, absolutely, to see the culture, and the various forms of entertainment. But we also want them to walk away with some solutions to some issues that they might have. We talked about the health assessment. They will be organizations doing actual health assessment right there, signing them up, you know, make an appointment for them. The school is going to be able to assess and see the feasibility of, yes, you can go to college. It's as simple as X, Y, Z. So we're looking for organizations that are like that. If you offer a service and you can provide that kind of hands-on engagement with the community, we welcome you to come and join us, so that when they walk away, they just don't walk away with a bunch of papers and flyers. They walked away with a step better than when they came into the park. They have made a connection and actually got their name in the database and where they're going to call and follow up. So we're really excited about the great response that the community has had to our efforts of it. And I want to thank the Congo family for their contribution to the festival. It's really our theme of rebirth, reclaim, rejoice. We really wanted the community to put what's necessary in it, because if we put the resources and the energy into it, it would give it more stability. Before, we were dependent upon others to provide us with resources and fundings, and when they don't do that, then we're left without.
Right.
And I think we have enough riches and expertise and just creativity,
Skills and
skills,
talents.
know-how, and there's a lot of emerging talents. There's a lot of that could fill our stage. There's a lot of nonprofits that are starting providing support services to the community. Here's an opportunity for you to get access to this market that you might not have had before. And a new vending type of vendor that we have added is our youth entrepreneur, because we have a lot of youth entrepreneurs, and so we did a minor fee of only $50 for them to vend. And understanding the vendor fee is what also is helping to pay for the cost of the festival. So we're really excited about it. I'm a little tired right now because I'm working hard.
I'm sure you are.
We both are working hard.
And speaking of vending, just to let everyone know that the non-food vendors it's $100.
Okay.
And the food vendors is $150.
Okay.
Which is very low compared to like some of the other charges that other festivals do.
And nonprofits are $50.
Yeah, nonprofits are $50. And so we're really excited. I think we already have one youth vendor on board. So we're excited about that.
I think it's so important, like what you ladies are bringing back to our community.
Yes.
Almost like a self-love type of atmosphere.
It is. It is.
Like you mentioned earlier, almost every other ethnic group celebrates themselves, and we haven't for so long in this type of format. So I think it's so important for us to come and just show love and show support, not only to you all, but to each other, and just kind of get back to that feeling of just self-love.
It's missing our community, and one of the things we're going to do, we're going to have the old-fashioned games for the children. There's not going to be any electronic games for the children.
Okay.
For them to be able to come out and do things like, hopscotch and hula hoop and the kind of things that they can just do on their own. So. And then use the creativity. We're going to have like little arts and craft type of things, and that's the kind of stuff that really nurtures a child's mind when they're able to think. Not just having a computer telling you what to do next, what's the next step. So it's really, it is for the love of the community that we do this, and we're really excited about it. We're grateful to everyone who has made donations, and we're grateful to all the other people who are on the committee. So it's not just me and Hanifa who's doing this. We're just the chairs of it, but we definitely have other people that's on the committee that is helpful in us to make this happen, and some volunteers.
Okay. I don't know if you want to chime in real quick before we take a break.
Yeah, I'm as excited as they are. When Hanifa first brought that to my attention, I just was overwhelmed to know that we're trying to come back. Every other socioeconomic group people come to this country, come to this city, and are successful in everything they do. They fully participate. Everybody in that social group participates we are not. I don't blame our kids for what's going on in our community.
I agree.
I just
parents.
know that the leadership, the support, all the things that help them to be successful, they're being denied.
Right.
We don't try to explain, and I guess one of my major concerns is that young men come out of their households and with their pants showing their underwear, and parents allow
Allow it.
that to happen, knowing that that is a ritual that comes from the prisons. And we want our kids to behave as if they were incarcerated. And that gives them another turn on life. You know, that makes them believe that going to jail is okay.
Yes.
And they do that as a result of us not just stepping up to the plate. And I hope that I can be a major part of your effort. I'm going to be there most of the time
Good.
because I think it's the beginning of a new beginning again.
Well, it is the
And
rebirthing.
and although there are other beginnings that are very successful, and I'll help them do and be, I think just being there is more important than just giving some money. You know, we need money, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also soliciting and saying that if you don't even want to come, send some money to make this a success so that our kids can have the opportunity to see some of the things that they would never see.
You
Yes.
know, Sammy, I can remember when we did the festival, when we did the festival before, some of the outcomes from it. I mean, I can point and see some of the businesses that emerged about it. That I can see the citywide amount of drill teams and step teams that in youth organizations that sprung
came
out of
out
it.
of that, from
You
the
know,
parade,
and
yeah.
I know that the last one we did at the Brandywine, which was it was overwhelming. They estimated that in those 4 days that we had approximately 300,000 people that came through that, and that's how we got recognized as being the 6th largest event in the state. But we looked at how many vendors we had, Sam, and I know you understand when I say this. The vendors that we had, almost 80 to 90% of the vendors was from out of town. We filled 3 hotels, from families bringing family reunions, people from out of town coming to events. So all the money that was made and exchanged with the vendors and the food and the crafts, that left our community because we locally did not see the value or had the wherewithal to come and be one of those vendors. And so that's why this year, this time bringing it back, we really wanted to be a rebirth, reclaim, and rejoice that, and it's what we do. It's our economic engine in our community, a ways that every year you know that you could participate in this event, and that is a money maker for you if you do the work all year long in preparation. And that it becomes self-sustaining. It was an exercise of self-sustainability that we wanted to do in this bringing it back, because we know that if we don't have a foundation, we don't build a foundation of it, and we depend upon others, that again, if others say no, then we're back to not having it again. And we're rich enough people and a rich enough community have the wherewithal that we can do this for ourselves. And our children need to see us doing this for ourselves and for them. So there's been conversation with other organizations like Juneteenth. Duffy, we've already talked to Duffy that we definitely would not be on the same date again next year. We want to do some collaboration because before Stormin' Classic used to do his finale at the festival. So now we want to do Duffy's finale. So it started a lot of conversation about how various organizations are doing some things, how next year we're going to collaborate
together.
and it won't be just the African festival, it would be just a complete celebration of all that we do in the African American community.
Exactly.
Okay.
And speaking of the fundraising part, we do need some funds because we are having a GoFundMe account that we're trying to ask people to make a donation. And like I said, it's not that important. We definitely want the bodies to come, but as our gate fee this year, we're able to thank you to all the people who have made the donations to only ask for a love offering at the gate. So we do want you to come through the gates. You know, if you have $5, you have $2, you have 50 cents. You know, if you have $100, you know, to make a love offering. So next year this could be bigger and better. So we can have the parade. So we can have all the other things that made this festival such a big thing. And so we really want this to be something that we can say that we did. Okay, and so we're asking people to make the donations, and it's just a love offering. So it's not we don't want to turn anyone away to say that, you know, well, I couldn't come because it costs this, it costs that. We want everyone to come out this year and really do that. And make that effort. Our GoFundMe account, if you have a pen handy, or you could go to our Facebook page, which is African Festival Delaware, and it's African spelled with a K.
Okay.
Our GoFundMe account is www.gofundme.com/VGVC7S. But again, it's posted on my personal page, it's posted on Hanifa's page and other people's page, so you can just go to GoFundMe and just look up African Festival in Wilmington.
All right. We also have your phone number on the screen, so people are welcome to call
Yes,
that number.
definitely
Right?
you can use that number
they're calling.
to message. Yeah, people are calling, you know.
All right. Thank you. Have any closing comments? before
Well,
we take a break?
I just get all excited about these young ladies, and I don't want people to do what people usually do, is worry about how much money you make. That's what people will say. Oh, they had a big festivity, and they made a lot of money. I think they should be saying how culturally our kids and people my age can be affected by seeing something of that nature. They could go by to a vendor or someone with information that could change their whole life. I went to, many years ago, maybe 50 years ago, I went to a conference at the University of Chicago, and I was only there for a weekend. But there was a lady there, and I don't know if you ever heard of Barbara Sizemore or not, but she changed my whole life. It was called the A over B theory. Trippy and the whole staff, I preached to them all the time. And one of the things that we talk about is a phrase that I learned from them: the inaccurate perception to the map of reality. And that changed my whole life. And we have something that we also, it was so much. I bought a book, but to accept the norm and refuse to be defined by it.
Yes.
That's very deep, and that's the kinds of things that I learned. And I'm sure that we will learn something from this festival, as we will any kind of festival. And this community needs to join together and support everything that will help our kids to understand the responsibilities that all of us have.
Yes.
Not you and me and Trippy and people who are public people, but people who sit on the porch, people who just are walking down the street and can identify something and do something about a wrong, can benefit.
Yes.
And that's the encouragement that I think we get when people like you two take the sacrifice. This isn't something that you're just playing game. This is a tremendous sacrifice
Yes, sir.
that you two are making. And it's hard work.
Yes, sir.
And many of us must go there and volunteer. You may not have $2, but you can do something.
Yes,
Pick
sir.
up paper, clean up, do something
Yes, sir.
that will encourage all of us
Yes, sir.
to participate heavily
Yes, sir.
in your activity.
I'm glad you brought that up. What about volunteers? Do you need any?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, we do have. It's not just Zing and I. Me and Zing and I are the driving force, but it is a host of people who have come, and we've been meeting every week, whether it's by telephone or physical face. So people have stepped up to the plate. I want to thank Ray Avery and Christina Culture Arts Center. They're playing a major role, as she always has, even before. The Divine Nine, the sororities and fraternities. Ajuwari Naderi. She has a consulting company, and I don't want to leave anybody out.
The Twin Poets.
The twin. I gotta forget the Twin Poets because they are chairing our committee, our youth component, and then Levada White. I mean, there's a lot of people who have stepped up to the plate. We do have a list of volunteers, but there's so much. We don't even know what to expect. We don't know what kind of crowd we're going to have. We know what we want to do, especially focusing on the children.
Right.
And so we are looking for groups that, if you have an idea you want to do with the children, there's a big park out there. Come out there and grab some space, put up a tent, and do something for the children that we might not have thought about. You know, because that is what the festival is all about. Is letting our children know that we care for them, that there's something else out in the world for them other than what they see on television or what's in their neighborhoods, and that they come from a mighty, mighty lineage of great, great people. And so, you know, that's what we say. The volunteers that we need, we're looking for you to come and do some engaging activities with our children, not just the babies, because we got some teenagers, some young girls. We was trying to do an etiquette. We was trying to do a fashion show because young ladies are into fashion. We was trying to get some young ladies to assist us and to do a class on fashion, but yet in turn twist it around and kind of teach them some etiquette. So there's so many things, so many opportunities. So that's the kind of support and volunteerism that we need. It's helping us to build out the programmatic part of the festival.
Do you have flyers? You have flyers.
Yeah, we've passed the flyers out. We're putting the finishing touches on the posters. We're about to put some banners all throughout the city to let people know. So like I said, we don't know what kind of response we're going to get. Are we planning for 500 people, 5,000 people, 10,000 people? Lord, because with that
We're
comes,
hoping for the best.
We are. We don't. You know, with that comes,
it's going to be good.
That's what we're going to really need that hands on.
Yes. So we're really looking forward to it. So definitely just call that number. If you want to get involved in any way, you know, if you even say if you're having a family reunion, you need to raise some money to get there. You know, just go buy something or go cook something and get a space at the festival. You have access to people who's going to be there, and it could be a fundraiser. So you know, just be creative in anything. You know, it's not just official businesses that actually can, you know, have a vending spot there. It could be just anybody who wants to come together and you know, somebody that can cook, somebody that can, you know, create something. Some people knit, some people crochet, some people sew. Just sell your wares there. You know, so it's really about us doing us, because you know we're implementing the principles of Kwanzaa, which is unity, self-determination, collective worker responsibility, cooperative economics, creativity, purpose, and faith. And so with all those things, this is how we're making this happen, you know, through those type of principles. And so just come together and as a community, because this is us. We want to be self-sustaining. We want to show that we have a good community, you know, because we do have so much richness in our community. We want to bring those things back. That's why we decided to name this festival The Rebirthing, is because it was here before, and so we're bringing it back. The reclaiming, that we're reclaiming our culture. This stuff is going on now, by everybody else's idea, telling us this is how, you know, that we're supposed to act, we're supposed to dress. That's not our idea. So we're reclaiming our rich culture, and then we're going to rejoice. We're going to celebrate, because we do have something, you know, a lot of the contributions that we've made as a people here, you know, how we have built this city amongst other cities. And, you know, we need to rejoice and celebrate that. So we're really excited about it. You know, I'm excited about it. You know,
if you want to vend, please contact us, because there is some criteria and there is some permits that you have to get filled out. Especially if you're selling food, you have to have health permits and a certain standard
city
of
requires. Yes.
And we have all that information to be able to help you do that. But we still do have vendor spaces available, so please reach out to us, and we'll be able to help you any way as possible.
Okay.
AfricanFestival@yahoo.com.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
For
Thank
being
you.
a part of the
Thank you.
celebration.
Thank you for having us
Thanks
to be
again,
here.
for real. Seriously, just thanks for putting your energy behind this and bringing this back, because we need it. And our community needs it. Our children need it.
Yes, sir.
It's our pleasure.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some community news and